Hey, everybody.
Hey, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. How's it going?
Everything is good. How's it going with you guys?
Good.
Good.
On this gloomy Sunday.
I
I
know.
know. But the rain feels good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed that rain.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Came
So
up to cool things down a little bit.
I did the old school thing. I took all my plants and set them in the middle of the sidewalk. So they can get. That's that old school stuff.
It is. Look, I got some buckets on my porch, on my balcony. I'm collecting rainwater from my other plants.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you like the real deal.
I just started. Don't get it twisted. I was like, let me get this rainwater. And I made a post on Facebook and I said, I woke up, I heard the rain, and I said, I went and put some buckets out there. This was the other day. And I said, I feel like my mama and them now. My mama and them.
I know.
Yeah.
That is. That's an old school thing, too.
It is. So you guys are probably wondering who this fourth person is with us. We're going to talk about who she is in a little bit. But before we really get started, I do have a question. Now, my question is kind of selfish because I just basically need some ideas. I know, but I need this to help everyone. It's going to help everyone. And I'm waiting for some people to join live too, so they could kind of chime in and help us out with this one.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite go-to meal? Like when you have to cook something really quick or something really easy or something really good. Because I'm over here cooking for 7.
Right.
Really 6 and then +1 because my husband on the east venison, bison, and it's just crazy. A few little things. So really 6 + 1.
Right.
But I need some meal ideas. So what's my icebreaker today?
Okay. Me?
Yeah, you go first.
Our guest.
Okay, I like Mexican. So I like to make this Mexican dish where I put cooked chickpeas, cooked wild rice. What else? And I use the Beyond Meat. Sometimes I don't use it, sometimes I do. But that Beyond Meat, it don't got no soy in it, and it's good. It's like have y'all ever had Impossible meat? The Impossible Burger?
No, I like Beyond though. That's my favorite.
Yeah, Beyond is good. So I'll add that, my salsa, avocado, lettuce, tomato, olive, and I'll just make a bowl out of it. Yeah, that's what I like. Or I'll make some tacos.
Okay.
So that would be my go-to thing. It would definitely be the tacos because, I kind of have over the years, with my daughter not eating meat, I've tried to do the grind the pecans and use that as meat, season that as meat. The cauliflower is meat. She didn't too much care for the cauliflower as the meat part with the seasoning. She was like,
don't blame her.
This is disgusting. So I just kind of stuck with the pecans. Those normally typically work. I have tried the one ground meat that you originally said. I don't remember the name of it, but
Beyond Meat.
Yeah.
Kalani, which one did you say?
Beyond.
Yes.
And then Keisha, you said
Beyond.
Yeah, I said something else first. But
The Impossible.
Oh no, well, this wasn't Impossible. I don't like the Impossible. So I do like the ground meatless meat or whatever. But after so long, I don't know if it's a mental thing. I kind of start gagging. So I just go with the natural stuff. I just use the lettuce, tomato, whatever goes in the taco minus the meat. I'll just do it like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's kind of like my favorite dish is one of my childhood dishes, and I don't know, it just makes me feel all good inside. Fried chicken smothered with homemade gravy and rice. I love that meal, and I'm making it tonight. Thank you, Tanya.
You're welcome. That sounds good. All those things sound good. Our go-to meal over here is spaghetti because it's quick and easy. So now my kids start calling it a trap meal.
Why do you call it a trap meal?
It was funny.
I don't know where they got that term from, but whenever I say we're having spaghetti tonight, they be like, "No, that's a trap meal." I'm like, "Well, are you gonna cook?"
Right.
want to know, all the suburban kids, they be trying to use all the, because Angel said something the other day, and I'm like, you don't even know what that is. They said trap meal.
Yeah,
how do you make yours? Do you do the sauce and the pasta separately, or do you mix it all together?
look, when I want to be fancy, I do the sauce and the pasta separate.
Mhm.
But
So
other-
that's the way I grew up. My mom didn't mix the spaghetti together. So I didn't, I mean, it's not that she's never done it, but that she's always made things separate. So that's the way that I like it, because I kind of can control the sauce.
Okay.
I noticed, like, my mom, she make her sauce from scratch too. So a lot of people, they be jamming, and I'm like, this is just ragu. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, everybody wasn't, they don't know.
And you know, I don't know if you do this, like when I make for your spaghetti, like if you make meatballs, I like to I bake my meatballs and I put mozzarella in the center.
Ooh.
no, see, that would make it not a trap meal because that's too much effort.
Okay.
That does sound good.
You want to stick to the trap.
Italian sausage though?
Oh, I-
Do you add Italian sausage to your meat?
No, because do they make beef or turkey Italian sausage?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. It would have to be that because my kids don't eat pork.
Yeah.
I be
They,
trying to make it in on them. They will not eat it.
and they make beef. I don't know about the beef. I'm sorry, because I don't eat beef or pork, but I know they make the turkey Italian sausage. But another thing, if you find the ingredients that go into the Italian sausage the way it's made, you still get the same flavor.
Okay.
It gives it a little kick too.
Okay. So, Doris, feel free to chime in and tell us what your go-to meal is too, because I'm interested, because you've been cooking for many, many, many years. So you probably have a quick that you want to throw together.
Not that tuna casserole. Oh, we were kids. I will not make tuna casserole to this day.
Really?
I can't. It is not that her tuna casserole wasn't good, because it was excellent. We probably didn't even have it that often. Maybe it just wasn't never one of my favorite dishes. So whenever we had it, it was like this, like, damn, you know.
So probably 20 years from now, when my kids have kids, or probably less than that, they'll be saying they're never having spaghetti.
Right. Just like I can't do neck bones on white potatoes. I can't.
Oh,
I can't.
You guys are funny.
I was getting ready to say, everybody probably got that one thing. So you named your thing. I cannot do peanut butter and jelly.
What?
Everything was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like go make you a sandwich. Like I cannot.
Oh, I love peanut butter.
I even think I bought it for my kids too when they was little. All my kids is grown now, so I don't even remember getting them peanut butter and jelly because I couldn't stand it so bad.
Oh my goodness! No, the
But
best
my sister loved it. Everybody loved it, but me.
the best peanut butter and jelly is with crunchy peanut butter,
Ew.
strawberry jelly.
No, I can't.
I can't do crunchy peanut butter, but I know a lot of people like it.
And Keelan, later on, I need to ask you about the pecans as meat, because I need to try that for Kev, because I never got to, season it up like meat.
Okay, I got it from a vegetarian site. But okay.
Okay, so I have to try that. Okay, so we have Keisha today. Thanks everybody for your tips.
Yeah.
Today, and she is here. She's going to talk about natural hair care. And as you guys see, the topic for this week was get those curls popping. And she's going to teach us how to get those curls popping today. Okay. So ladies, when we talk today, we're going to go where?
All the way there.
Right there.
Oh Lord. Now y'all know, Kalani knows she shouldn't be putting me in charge of this. Hold on.
Hey.
Okay, just so our audience know, okay?
Right.
Within our group, Kalani is the more savvy one when it comes to technology.
Yes, she is.
Okay, and so when I get become in charge of these things, I know it's just a click of the button, but I'm overwhelmed. Okay. So, with that being said, we're gonna move into science.
You did good, Keela.
Yeah.
I was a little like thrown off. I was like, I know the host seen me because it said it. I was like, oh, the host seen me, but I said, did I do something wrong?
Yeah, see, I almost forgot about that part.
Okay, so here we go. Get those curls popping. So we have Keisha with us today. Keisha, part owner of Detroit 313, or is it Hair Goes 313?
Hair Goes 313.
And she's here to talk to us about natural hair care, which we so need. We need to learn how to get our curls popping, how to moisturize, how to go from having permed hair, or if we want to try natural. We need to know all those things. So let's.
I got you.
With a few years ago, probably more than a few years ago, I came to you because I thought that I was ready to have my hair natural. And to me, in my mind, my hair was natural because I had stopped getting the perm.
Right.
Think, oh, I'm natural. But just because I stopped getting that perm, I was still going to get my hair flat ironed and straightened. To the point that I had my hair was parted down the middle. Every morning I had to get that flat iron out.
Yeah.
Going down the middle. And when you to try to find my curl pattern, this part was so straight because
from the flat irons, because in my mind it wasn't damaged because I wasn't getting a perm anymore, but I was damaging it just from that flat irons. So what do you have to say for people that are trying to leave a perm or trying to go natural and get those curls popping?
First, if you're heat damaged or you can't figure out your curl, you should be able to get in the shower, wash your hair yourself and be like, you see some curl. But when it's stringy and you know you've been putting heat on it, find a professional or YouTube. A lot of people, they give YouTube a lot of, drag because everybody is a YouTube specialist. But that's how I learned a lot of stuff from YouTube, but you just got to take it and use it to your advantage. You can't just, if my hair was like Tracy Ellis, I couldn't get on Tracy Ellis, somebody that had that texture, and manipulate that whole regimen that that person had. So I went and I found somebody that got my texture, and that's how, and I took it from there. Some products worked, some didn't, so you got to form a relationship with your hair. And also you'll know that you have heat damage. Sometimes it's hard for people to realize, clients, that they have heat damage because they be like, oh, I ain't did nothing to my hair, and I only flat ironed it one time and it's been 2 years ago, but that could be at the tips,
Yeah.
It was a YouTuber that I follow. She had a beautiful curl pattern. Every time she pressed her hair, it bounced back as it seemed. So she was like, I'm going to do a no heat challenge. I'm not going to put heat in my hair. She got back on 2 months later and said, my texture that's growing out is totally different from my ends, even though it was looking like her curls was popping back, but really you're compromising. Anytime you put heat in your hair, you're compromising that bond. You're breaking that bond to the hair cuticle. So, it's like Russian roulette when you're playing with heat. I tell people, most of my clients that get heat, they don't go back and forth. They only do it. I have 2 clients that go and get their hair colored and they get it straight and they get it colored only twice a year. Everybody else that are my clients that go back and forth a little bit, they have heat damage, so it's just to the extent.
So
damage, are you referring to, sorry, Keila.
No, go ahead.
You mean flat irons and blow dryer, or just like a flat iron? Both?
Yeah, flat irons and blow dryers. Anytime you put that extreme heat on your hair, anytime when you see that smoke, that's when you're breaking stuff down. And then you can also smell it when you're doing a shampoo. It will smell like your hair is burned.
Yeah, that's the reason why I don't I'm a natural. I've been natural since 2011, and I do not use and have not used heat. I do an indirect heat, like we were talking offline, like at when I sit under the dryer on low when I do a deep condition, but I do not get it blow dry. I don't do that. I have not flat ironed my hair at all since 2011. No heat.
So I have a different situation. Okay, so the perm thing, you know, before everybody jumped on and not get a perm wagon, I haven't pretty much had a perm in 20 years, but I do like my hair straight.
Yes.
So what I would do is because of my hair texture, I would kind of, permanent color is pretty much is like a perm because you are still adding that permanent color in there, and it may not make it as straight as a perm would, but you can still feel the difference in the texture after adding a permanent color. But I noticed that started doing damage, so I stopped doing the permanent color, and then I went to what you might have to put, what is it, like a wash and rinse curler or whatever, and then I got mad. Because if you don't have a perm, then those colors don't stick, so I just started wearing my natural hair color, and then somebody told me about henna, and then they said henna, you can use, that's more of a natural type of a thing. But what I want to know is, my hair is naturally curly. I mean, all of our hair is curly, but I mean, like, just even coming in from the rain today, I wanted to try to come back in because it just automatically waves up. I don't want the waves. I like the straight. But I will, when I go to wear it natural, I don't care how long my hair is. My hair comes down to here, it's always go back up here. Like, some people can still wear a nice length with their curls. And I'm like, what is it that everybody else can have? Man, my hair is so springy. I don't understand.
Shrinkage.
Yeah, like why is my hair is this long? It's the same length. And my hair is this long, it's the same length. Why? I don't understand why I can't stretch the curls.
Well, it's like being short and you want to be tall.
Wait, who told you to say that? Who told you to say that? Okay.
No shade, though. No shade. No shade.
Right, because tall people, we don't really like them.
You're tall?
Well, kind of. Okay.
We gonna tell the truth on this podcast.
I'm kind of short, and I always want to be tall, but like, that's a perfect example. It's like, that's what your hair does. It's like you're fighting against something that's not going to be, like, unless you get some tall heels or whatever. But and that's also letting you know your hair is healthy. Your hair is bouncing back, extremely healthy. You're just gonna have to get a lot more length for your hair to hang how you want it to hang. And I would suggest you wear a sleek back like that a lot.
The majority of the time, because in weather like this, it's no good. Like, I can't do anything with it.
Your hair wants to be curly. That's why when it goes outside, when it pops up like that, it's reaching for moisture. It's trying to do what it want to do.
She can stretch it for length, though, right? It's different methods that you can use.
Yeah, you can stretch it, but that's not going to last all day. Being natural is like, a lot of people go natural for different reasons. Natural because I'm tired of fighting with my hair because I'm working out. Then when it's not thriving the way it should be, we're doing something that's inhibiting it to thrive. And with your texture, I could tell your texture. This is what I call your texture, because I have several clients that have your texture. You have wash and go hair.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
And that's a hard thing for a lot of women to accept, because the majority of Black women, from what I see, has more kinky or coily hair, and we could do twists, we could do wash and go, we could do that, but we also can do a lot of other things too. So your hair is just, when it pops up like that, it's saying, I want free, I want this, and by you wearing it like that, it will thin out more. You know, it will not, because you're not letting the hair naturally do what it wants to do.
Oh,
That's why terms when we were getting relaxers, the hair would reach a certain length and then it would just start breaking off, you know,
right.
because we're wrapping it, we're doing a lot of manipulations, especially to the ends. It starts breaking from the ends. It's not, the hair's growing out, but it's breaking from the ends.
Okay.
That's hey Mel, how are you, girlie?
That's my friend. My chair. I want all y'all to come sit in my chair. We can make it like a day where I just do all three of y'all here and that's it.
You have time because you are booked out all of July. When do you have time?
My book is underneath here. I think I could do it at the beginning of August. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Because I'm ready to come back because I've been doing it myself. So how often do you suggest like washing your hair? Like how often should a natural person like wash their hair?
Every 2 to 3 weeks is good. Some people do it a little bit more. Some people do it a little bit less, but still when you wash your hair that first time, you're changing pretty much the pH. You know how your hair just don't pop like it is? Like perfect example, when you do 2-strand twists and you take it out that same day, that twist not gonna last because you gotta set the hair's gotta settle, the pH gotta be, you know, popping, the oils gotta be popping, any moisture that you put in the hair has to be popping so you can take that twist out. So some people do it too much. I say 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Unless you have a finer texture where your hair doesn't need as much moisture as more 4B, 4C texture hair.
Okay. And what about a trim though? Because it's hard to get it straight enough to trim. Like how do you trim this? You know,
well, that's a good question, Tanya.
You don't want to trim straight at all, and it's a personal choice. Some people do. I trim when the hair is curly, and I go into the curl. So you know how your hair curls up like that. Well, mine is kind of like, you know, because I got these locks, but the ends curl. You want to cut into that curl like right there. Sometimes you got to go up a little bit far, but it is a tedious thing to do. But that's how I cut hair. And it's kind of goes hand in hand with what they do when they do a diva cut and diva trim.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is. Yes.
Because we have different textures in our hair.
Mm-hmm.
So if your hair is more curly right here, and then your hair is more a different texture, it tends to be a different texture right here, a little softer back there. If you're blowing all that out to trim it, you're gonna get a straight trim. So then when your hair is back curly, you're gonna have this up there, this down, you know, it's all gonna be uneven. So you want to cut how you wear your hair.
Okay.
Now that's how I get mine cut. Yep.
Yeah.
When it's curly.
Yeah, I've been going to her for years. She's a diva cut technician, and the diva cut, it's like what Keisha said, you cut with the curl pattern, and that's how she do it.
Okay, because
if you ever wore it straight, which you guys probably won't because you won't wear it straight. Well, never mind. I just read it on my own question. Okay, but like for somebody like me who would wanna, my sister said, so you don't know if the trim. Well, yeah, I guess the trim won't be even because they're cutting it along. That's why I said I must have just waited out my own question because you're cutting it as. Because they don't flat iron their hair, so they're not going to be interested in it being a even trim cut.
Yeah.
But if you are flat ironing your hair regularly, then you do want to get it blown out to get it cut even, so it will look right when it's. Right. But it's a lot of in between maintenance that you have to do with flat iron hair. You know, you have to really. I say flat iron hair. At least you don't want to go 2 weeks without washing and conditioning. You know, putting protein and stuff in your hair.
That's typically what I try to do since I do like to wear it straight. But I try to straighten it that one time that I'm washing it and curling it, and I try not to do it. But since I've been working out or whatever, I typically wear it back more because obviously when I'm sweating, it's going to curl back up. So I try not to put too much heat in it, you know, to damage it more. But so what about people like me who want to try to wear an afro? Because it's hard to get. See, you okay. I know what she about to say. My hair just want to do what it want to do, but I need
they got some good wigs on the market.
I think
you could probably do a tight roller set, but you're gonna have more of a curly to your
I cannot get an afro.
I just picture like all these curls all over, like a halo of curls. No,
but like Keisha said, it's probably she's gonna have to probably do like some type of a set to do that.
Yeah, real tight Shirley Temple set.
And then I'm gonna be walking around here looking like Mama Mabel. I don't know who Mabel is, so don't nobody come on here talking about.
Yeah, that's my grandmama.
That's my grandmama name.
I'm trying to give you some options.
Okay, so like I can you say pin rodded. What did you say?
Like a perm rod set.
Okay.
Yeah. Heart rollers.
Yes, I actually own some of those, so I'll just have to put them to use. Now, what do you suggest? And look, my sister got hair like me too. Hers is just a little thicker than mine, so that's why she's laughing. What what kind of setting lotion do you use for stuff like that?
Any kind of, I like, I know it's not really all natural. Niobe, I think that's how you pronounce it. That's a good setting lotion, but you want to use like some good oil with it.
Okay.
Or, yeah, I don't like using gel because gel just ruins the style after a couple of days because then it starts flaking, you know. Just a good setting lotion and then pin curl it at night.
Okay.
What do you suggest that some people have a hard time, you know, like in us naturals have a hard time of keeping it moisturized. Like with me, because I do my own hair. This is a faux locks, but like my natural, I do my own hair, and it seems like I have to like re-moisturize like every couple of days, and that's the only thing like I haven't like really mastered.
Right. It depends on what products that you use. I follow the curly girl method, so I don't use any silicones, any petroleum, mineral oil, sulfates. And even shea butter and castor oil could be kind of dehydrating to the hair too because it's so heavy. So it's going to be hard to get more moisture in your hair. Just finding a good product. I like the Zeresh is a good product. You can find that online. www.ZUREUSH. I think that's how you spell it. That they have good products, and on ground, I would say Camille Rose.
Camille.
Camille Rose. I wouldn't use a lot of Shea Moisture. I know a lot of people was like Shea Moisture, but they got a lot of protein in their product, so that would dry your hair out. You want to get a product with not any protein in it or just a little, because that just sitting on the hair will make it hard. And a good shampoo and conditioner.
I learned that the hard way. Now we have a couple of questions from the same person. So it says, what about conditioner? Should you use a rinse out conditioner like most hairdressers put you under the dryer? Or no. Should you use a rinse out conditioner or like most hairdressers put you under the dryer? And then her second part question is, how do you keep your natural gloss in your hair?
Okay, so conditioner, you really have to ask your stylist. You should know what your stylist is using for conditioners, because not all conditioners are good for your hair. A lot of people have allergies too, so I always ask, do you have an allergy? Some people are allergic to coconut, tea tree, stuff like that. So if your stylist can't be honest with you and tell you what they're putting in it, because for whatever reason, you should always know what your stylist putting in your hair. That's all I'm going to say about that. I like rinse out conditioners, deep conditioners, both go, kind of hand in hand. Rinse out conditioners, you don't want to have any silicones in it. So you really have to read your labels on a lot of conditioners like the Suave and the herbal essence that was really, Hello Hydration is really popular. And then they have another, like a deep conditioner that is a rinse out. They have the methicone in it. So you really want to make sure like all these conditioners don't have that silicone, because once you put that in your hair, it's going to feel moisturized because it's putting a coating over your hair. Then when you rinse it out, you're not going to retain any moisture from that. So you just want to make sure your products are silicone free.
Anything that ends with a cone or own.
Anything that ends with a cone.
It should be free of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And then her next
like
question.
plastics.
Right. And I can't add anything else. Like I even try to stick away. I don't even try to go toward certain oils because it changes my whole style. Like my style can be really nice and bouncy. And I know hairdressers be like, I be dodging. They be like, oh, let me go get the spray. I'm like, no spray, because it's just gonna go limp. You know. Yeah. So, and then she said, and then how do you keep your natural gloss in your hair?
It depends on your hair texture. See, going back to you, where you don't need a lot of oil in your hair. Oil is used for moisture and not for shine. You know what I'm saying? So your hair would be way down because of the oil. You know, because people with different texture, like a 4B, 4C, they're looking for that shine. But it's how the light reflects on your hair. Sometimes your hair could seem like it's not shiny, but it's all curled up, you know? So the light doesn't reflect off of really, you know, curly, kinky hair like that. So if you do this to your hair and you feel your hair is moisturized.
Okay.
But our hair is just like, yeah. So it could look dry if you go like this and you feel moisture on your fingers, your hair is not dry, but the light just don't reflect off of curly hair.
Okay.
So first time person coming to you, they sit in your chair. What are like the first things that you do?
Say that again.
Like a first time client, when they come to you, what are like the first things that you do to their hair? What are you doing?
Well, first I do consultations. I like to do consultations before I do any new client, just because I feel like as a clients should want to go in and see the salon, see where they're going to be at. This might not be somewhere that you don't want to be. Right. So a lot of people want to just jump in the chair, you know, double dutch all in the chair. No, you want to go, you want to check out the surroundings. You want to check out to see if the area is safe that you feel. And you want to check out that stylist, you know, you want to see you could do pop-ups too. Some people like to schedule a consult, but you could also do pop-up on anywhere, you know, just go and they're there. So I just want to, you know, I want to book a consult. So then you can see how the pop-up is, you know, it's like, we got to be safe out here because money is getting took. They're going to stylists that don't really know what they're doing. You know, you sit in a chair, they're straightening your hair instead of a natural style that they said that they're going to do, you know. So first I do consultations.
So you're not doing anything with their hair that day. You're just doing like a consult. So that's
looking at the scalp, looking at any thinning, asking questions about, you know, just their personal life, diet, any medical conditions, you know, because you can really tell a lot from the hair and the scalp from any kind of medical condition somebody could have, you know. So some people are thinning right here, you know. I find a lot of people that are thinning right there has high blood pressure or some kind of digestive issue. So, you know, you want to ask questions because sometimes people come just because of that, you know, I'm natural, but my hair won't grow right there. You know, so I ask all those questions. Yeah.
So you're not doing their hair that first time. So that's important for people to know. You're not. Okay.
Yeah, my sisters do say that is important. That really is important. And honestly, I know another factor that people might not take into consideration. I know for me that I do when I'm going to somebody, I like to see what they're like in their element, because whoever fingers is in my head, I need to know what your energy is like. And I know that people don't think that stuff is important, but you know, you working in my crown, and if your energy and your vibe ain't right, I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Right, I feel you, Keely. That's why I for years I've done my own hair because I'm like, I don't trust nobody else in my head. But so for those who, because you know, I work when I'm out, and you know, people over the years they see my hair, they they love it and they compliment me on my natural hair. You know, they will always say, I like that, but I can't go natural. What do you say to those people who think that they cannot go natural?
Whew. Okay, I got a couple of them. So sometimes I'll be like, depending on what kind of energy they give me, it's not for everybody. Somebody that I feel like that is very interesting, because some people could be nasty, like, oh girl, I cannot even do that. I'm gonna be like, it's not for everybody. It's not, no.
Right, really, because I get that.
But somebody that will come to me, right, yeah, and then somebody that will come to me and be like, girl, I just wanna wear my hair. Then I'm gonna sit them down and have a talk with them, So
now, kind of piggybacking off of Kalani's question, so everybody at one point in time, when the natural hairstyling was coming back on the scene and people wanted to get back in touch with their roots, some people thought it was going to be a lazy way out. And so they just were kind of looking at like they got their fingers stuck in an electric socket and was walking around. And I'm like, what is happening here? Like you just said, this is just the new me, but you didn't try nothing with it. So like, I know you can't make nobody do nothing, but some of these sisters need to know that, it's okay to do a little something to it. What do you do to those ladies? I mean, do something.
Like Florida.
Well, at least she was lined and trimmed. So you think the Evans was lined and trimmed.
Yeah. And then it still got to be maintained.
It has to be maintained. And I think a lot of people just think, wash it and I keep on going. And I'm thinking like, you literally look like you stuck your finger in an electric socket. So like,
it's lessons to be learned on that.
Yeah.
It's lessons because you know what? You know what the latest trend is. And I know y'all done seen it with the basketball players, the little young men that are walking around here. They just had their hair.
Oh yes.
I've gotten quite a few of those that their parents like, he just let it do anything. It's a one big rock. Like you got one big, you can't even get to the scalp. So I mean, I've had a client also that she was depressed and she didn't comb her hair. And it's on my Facebook page. I'm gonna have to tag you in it so you can see it. She was depressed and she didn't do anything on her hair. She had 2 locks and loose hair. So it's like, do you wanna, you got choices to be made. There's too much information out here to be, I just be like, unless
they want it like that, because freeform locking,
yeah. But I find beauty in it all. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been conformed for so much of our lives. It's like we gotta do extra stuff. Being a Black woman, being a Black person. I have 2 Black males of my sons, so I see what they go through. It's like, it's beautiful. Do you? You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not messing with me, and
oh, I really want to subscribe to that, Markeisha. I really do. I want to subscribe to it. And I mean, I can't control them. They might not like my one bun back here. I'm just saying, some people it's like you said, it's so much out here that I think there's something. And I will say this too, that I do think that sometimes natural hair can be a little bit, I think people think it's the easier way out, and it's more of a process. I mean, you got conditioners, you have to make sure certain products are put in your hair, and then maybe they just said bump it. It's a little too much work. I don't know.
They go back to
the
tangling hair is not fun,
girl.
Right now,
it's a lot of work. And that's where people like me come and hopefully with my business, I want to venture more often to teaching hair, teaching classes. I did a couple of wash and go classes. But when it comes to the money, sometimes people are like, girl, but I'm going to have to really, I'm going to have to really dig deep and make that my business, because I think it's more important for us to know our hair, for your kids to know, so they can pass it on their kids, so it won't be such a trend and such of a market where, because I'm grateful that like I could do what I love, because I really love doing hair, you know what I'm saying? But I love more that I'm showing Black women how to maintain their hair, and then they can pass it on somebody else.
That's awesome.
And I've literally watched it for an hour. I think this lady was in New York, and she had teen girls. They had to be maybe like from 11 to like 16 coming to her shop, and she set them up and she taught them how to do each other's hair. She was there.
I think I've seen that video. Yeah.
Like I just like fell in love. Like I would love for something like that to happen, for my girls, because when I was younger, me and my friends sat on the porch and we tried to do our own. I didn't pull my hair. We tried to do our own hair, but for them, seriously, when they wash their hair, they're like, Mom, can you twist my hair? I'm like, can you just do it yourself? So if you put something together like that, I have 3 girls that would be there. Seriously.
Just make it happen.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a good idea.
Because if they just appreciate, because there's people that's trying to buy their hair right now.
Yeah.
Realize what they have what's sitting on top of their head. So that'd be great. If I'll help you, we can pull it together, because like I said, we have 3 lined up already. I'm gonna push them.
My sister said yes, so she on board too. She has girls too.
I have a question for you, Keisha. So when I first came to you, you had natural hair. You didn't have your dreads. What made you from your curlies to your dreads?
Well, I worked at Textures by Nefertiti downtown for 5 years before I opened there the spot in Grosse Pointe, and I've always seen locks, before I worked there. But then when I worked there and I seen locks in a whole different, it just blew me away. And I fell in love with locks ever since I worked at Textures by Nefertiti. And it's been 5 years since I've been gone from there. Not 5 years, 3 years. I worked there. So it's been 8 years since I've been gone, or seen the locks. And I wanted to do it so bad, but I was getting so many clients from my loose hair. I thought that I wouldn't get any clients because I was like walking advertisement. Okay. So I had to reach down deep, and I kept on talking about, I'm gonna do it when I'm 40 past, I'm gonna do it when I did it when I was 43. I'm 45 now. So I had to reach down and be like, what do you want to do? So I decided to do it. And I've been happy with it, even though everybody in my clients gave me a hard time, girl, it was hard. I had to hide old pictures of myself on my little thing, because they was like, I like your hair when your hair was like that.
Oh,
really? Literally my feelings, my soul was hurt, because these are people that I confided in. My clients are more than just my clients too, and they were really giving me a hard time about locking my hair, and they was telling me they liked my hair better. That's a put down. That's like your husband telling you, girl, I just don't, what you gonna do, or your mama or somebody that you love so dearly telling you that a part of you, that this is how it grow out, and I'm not altering it. I don't like that. That was hurtful. I've cried,
And I think that's so important too, when people are going through different.
It's beautiful. I like your locks. So I thought you were about to cry. Right now, they're beautiful.
I'm not about to cry, y'all. I'm over that. I
think that's important too. Like, I know this is about hair, but I think she kind of hit on something else too, because when people are going through different transitions, people always offer their unsolicited advice. And they don't know what a person is going through. They don't know what the changes are. They don't know what is happening. And I can actually remember some stories like that when I decided to cut my hair off and go more naturally curly. And even though people complimented the curls, they like, oh, I didn't even know you had hair like that. There were guys mostly that was like, oh, when your hair was longer and straight, I mean, like, what you doing there? You know what I'm saying? And then it kind of make you feel like, well, this is just kind of not like what guys like. But then I'm thinking, I'm not dating none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you still do take that in. And it makes you feel a certain kind of way. So people have to be
because when I went back natural, I found like a lot of white men approaching.
Yes, I did. It was a lot of other nationalities were more accepting than our own, and that was another thing that bothered me too, because it was almost kind of like, okay, unless you have straight long hair in our own community, you wasn't really accepted that well. So I guess you just have to be around those like-minded type guys. Maybe I just was around some shallow people.
Right.
It definitely shows you a character of a person, and it also shows you a characteristic that you don't want. You don't want to be judging people, by how their hair is. You don't want to be seeing your friend and you know that she done put on little pounds, be like, girl, you can, you want to be more, just more human about it, and not
exactly.
You got to watch what you say, because people never forget what you say and how you treat them.
That is the truth.
Yeah. It's not like you don't want to be fake, but that certain things are affecting people, like weight, hair loss, stuff like that. So you really want to be sensitive how you treat people.
And you know what? And going back to the locks and what people were saying, I love the look of locks. Like I said, I have faux locks are like one of my favorite go-to protective styles. But I commend those who actually have them, because it really takes discipline, and because we all go through that one stage when you're trying to, even with transitioning into natural, you have them phases, boy, where you like, Lord, just get me through this, because of the way it looks. I commend those who have locks, and I was saying, like, I'm gonna wait till I'm 60 to go get them for real, but yeah, I commend
it definitely. I thought I was in a good space in my life. We do just level up and make transitions, good, bad, and when I started my locks, I was going through some major changes, and it taught me, especially with confidence. Because I wasn't getting that, oh, your hair, girl, I wasn't getting that no more. They was looking at me like, I think she okay, I don't know, one lady that was that came into the salon, and she was like, I didn't never think that you would do that. You seem like more like a trendy person. I did mine for spiritual reasons. Yeah, that she told me. I was like, wow, but to look back, I needed some stuff like that. I needed to be like, even though I was not conceited about, my hair, it set me, it humbled me a lot. It humbled me a lot, to really, and I always look at looks and how people are. I think everybody's beautiful. Everybody is beautiful to me. But it really made that a point in my life to be like, and feel that way about people.
Amber Alert.
It changed me, and I didn't think it would have. I thought I was just switching up my hair. I was like, oh, I got 61 locks. I ain't got to do nothing, Masons.
So one question before we start to wrap up. And let me just say once again, I love your locks.
Thank you.
I told my family I was doing it, and they all were like, no. But that's the same thing they did when I came home with my hair short. They were like, like it's too late now, it's gone. But what can people do to bring back their edges? Because mine are kind of like fading. Is there anything we could do, or is that just part of age?
It depends on why the edges are thinning out. It could be from past styles, because you can wake up like an inflammation that's in your hair. These are very delicate, so when you do styles that's going to pull this back, or braided styles, you can wake something up in your hair that you would have alopecia. They call this frontal alopecia because a lot of people were wearing lace fronts and stuff over their hair and shaving it off, continuously shaving it off, you know. So it depends on what's going on. Sometimes I don't really recommend, just because, and I'm gonna say this, the dermatologist, because they give you all the same, everybody get the same medicine, everybody get the same treatment. You know, I think everybody is treated different. And then you can also get Dr. Africa's book, and he talks about different places in your head where an organ is. That you can look into that too to see what organ is being affected by any spot that you're missing or thinning out in your head too.
You said Dr. Africa?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
We'll have to put that on the page too.
Yeah, we will. I mean, this has been like a good talk.
Yeah.
We're about to lock you down. Well, at least I'm coming. Keely, you coming?
Definitely, but basically, I just have to wear Shirley Temple curls.
Wait, Patrice says she has a question. Okay.
Patrice have a question. Yeah, sorry, Kalani.
But until she posts her question, Tanya, so you really want to get out?
Well, I say that because I don't know. It just seems like I think it's easier than what I'm having to deal with now. And then I already know, like I told my kids, like if I decide I get them and I don't like them after a couple years, I already know what I look like with short hair, and I'm okay with it because you have to cut it all off in order to start over again.
Or can you comb them out?
Yes, you can.
You can.
But yeah, you can comb out traditional locks and interlocks.
Okay.
Okay.
But who want that? I don't want that job, so don't. I'm not trying to. That's a hard job right there. You're gonna be together for days, and yeah.
I already don't like the tangle in my hair, so I would rather just get those if I change my mind to just cut it on off. So Patrice asking a question. I'm sorry, what did you say, Keisha?
I was getting ready to say before we answer that question is that's a lot what I dealt with too, is because I thought I was over with being judged by my hair when I went natural. Then I got locks and it was the same thing over and over. It was like a cycle, like this cycle need to be broke. Yeah. So I say stay true to yourself. If you want locks, go get your locks.
Yeah.
It's your hair, your life, your time.
Yeah, and they may grow to love them. You never know.
Yeah, if I do it, then they'll jump on board. They're gonna find another wife and mama. They'll live.
Right.
Okay. So Patrice is asking about sister locks. So she said, "What's the difference between sister locks and micro locks?"
Ask Patrice. Ask her. Is she a flight attendant?
You might know her.
Patrice Denise. Wait.
Sister lock versus micro lock.
Are you a flight attendant, Patrice?
You know, it's a little delay from one hour.
Yeah. So while she's
yes.
She said yes.
Yes.
Tell her I said hey. that's one of my clients. Okay. She's trying to get sister locks. I see.
Okay.
Sister locks are something that's really smaller than. They're the same, just the technique. They could be bigger or smaller. Sister locks are branded, so you got to have a license to say sister locks.
Okay.
Inner locks, you could be a regular stylist that don't have that certificate of sister locks to do it.
So it's just technique.
It's technique, yeah.
So because her hair is so super thick, which do you recommend that she get?
Sister locks.
Wow. So that's gonna take a good 4 days, right?
Yeah. Two, maybe 4. It depends on the person. Tell her to go to spell it.
She can hear you. Yep, you just can't see the camera.
Go on and spell it, girl. I told you she was good.
So go ahead and spell it, Patrice. Spell it.
I didn't even tell nobody about this. You are you everywhere.
Yeah, she said Stella is going to do her hair. Stella's doing it, so that's a plus.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so now we've rounded up to like an hour. We've been talking to you for about 55 minutes. So
I know.
we're gonna, and it was good conversation. We're gonna end with you, Keisha, but I need to know if Keela or Kalanda, if you have anything else that you want to say before we wrap it up and do our award.
I just want to say, you know, we as women, especially Black women, it's okay however you want to grow your hair, but take pride in your natural hair. If you want to try it, but you're not sure, you know, get with a professional, because our hair is the prime, okay? It's very versatile. And it's beautiful. And our hair is the only hair that does what it does, you know. And just being happy with your hair texture. You know, a lot of women get they choose not to go natural and just to wear weaves and wigs and stuff like that because they feel like it's not pretty. So I just want to address those women. You know, learn to love yourself and your hair and everything about you because it is beautiful.
Okay, and I know we're closing out, but I'm going to use my closeout. My mother said, is the gray hair a different texture?
Definitely. It's almost like a different person. It is. It just grow out. It just, and I see some curly hair that's gray that has more curl, but for the most part,
it's a different texture. You know, and I'm going to say this really, really quick before I say, I mean, even from a woman's period during the time of the month, sometimes the hair changes. So I can just imagine. I know for me, my hair is a little bit more matted during certain times of the month. Well, I don't want to use the word matted because it's not matted, but I can feel the difference. Maybe the hormones or something are different. But my last closeout thing is just kind of piggybacking off what Kalani said, and basically just from my own experience, to just basically just love who you are. It's so easy for people to tell you what they don't like, but at the end of the day, make sure it's you that don't like it. You know, and just accept, you know, who you are, because India Ari said, I am not my hair, but I am my hair, and I want to learn how to not be my hair. So I have to reach that stage. I know it's a lot of other people out there that are the same way, but we have to get to that point. We have to get there. And so stay on that journey to get in there. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Good. And I want to add to that can we all just get along? Can't the natural sisters get along with the sisters that are permed, or judgment pass between women that have natural hair and then those that have straighter hair? It's like the jigaboos and wannabes. I can't think of any other way to describe it, but I don't think
it's like Android and iPhone, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, let everyone be. We all could get along.
That's our inside joke.
I know, because one of us, you know. But yeah, just everyone get along. It's okay. If you want to be natural, then support that natural sister and tell her she's beautiful. If somebody wants to wear their hair straight, then support that perm sister and tell her that she's just as beautiful. So everyone just get along.
But you know, Tanya, sometimes too within the own natural hair community, there's division too.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, but can we all just, like you said, just get along as everybody?
Yeah, just accept people for whatever stage they are in the situation. Exactly. You know, because you know what, Tanya, what are you doing?
I feel like I just put a tack on up here when it's actually like a big old Afro puff. So I was just looking at my hair like, never mind. Just go.
Hands in hair. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I gotta stop myself sometimes. Be like, oh, just like how it feels.
You have anything to say? Anything you want to add?
Just I'm piggybacking off of the piggyback. Like, just accept your hair, and if you don't know what to do with your hair, try to find somebody that can really help you. You know, our hair, just like you said, our hair is beautiful. It does things that nobody here does. You know, you just have to get the right products, the right regimen down, and get with the right stylist if you don't want to tackle it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So every week, this is a good. I'm feeling good. And before we, took this, started our podcast, I asked my daughter, who I posted on Facebook. Well, she knows now, but I said, do you mind if we give you a shout out today? She, like my little Lana, she's 14. She has a whole lot of hair. And she rather wear like a big Afro puff or part it down the middle, or, but she won't just wear the Afro. So between time, she, of getting it washed again, she took her braids down, combed it out, and she was walking around confidently around the house. When I said, it's time for you to wear that outside the house, she was like, Mom, I can't do that. But I asked her for her permission. I was like, if I show you a picture and give you a shout out, Lana, everyone's going to see your hair and just tell you how nice you are. You're going to be our all the way there person of the week.
Aww.
I know.
Yes, you can show my picture. So outside of that, I'm just hoping that she will say, I'm ready to wear my natural hair in an Afro and rock it and be comfortable with it.
And she looks really, really cute with it.
She do.
She does.
You find the thing. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so pretty. Yeah, that's cute. Tanya, that's you all day on that picture.
Really?
That is you all day long. That's all I see on that picture.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Today, we have something for you, Keisha. So I'm gonna get it to you some kind of way, because we do appreciate your time. Because I know you have humping Monday. You work Monday through Saturday. Yep, and you're only off on Sundays.
Sundays, yes.
And you took time out instead of just relaxing or cooking your electrolyte dinner.
Electric. She said electrolyte.
So Keisha, if someone's looking at this, tell them how to get in touch with you.
Right.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Hair Goals 313. That's GOALS 313 hair. Facebook and Instagram. I'm located 16824 Kershawville Place, Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Yeah. I have a call button in the bio, so you can call directly to my phone.
So we're going to make sure we put that on the page too.
Definitely.
I'm sure you don't want to blast out your phone number, so.
You know what, I was thinking about it, but I forgot it was 2020 and stuff was going crazy.
Patrice put in the comments for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you, Patrice.
Yep, Hair Goals. When you guys first started out, it was Detroit hair, wasn't it? I remember.
No, it was always Hair Goals 313. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But we do appreciate your time.
Yeah. I can't wait till we can hook up this with the little girl. So I'm down for that.
Yeah. Let's get that started, Tanya.
Yeah, seriously, because I'm tired of doing it here all the time. It's time for them to learn themselves,
Okay.
And I know a lot of parents, a lot of moms would be interested in that class.
So you may have to do more than we do, because I know we have 3. Keely, Angel be interested? Angel?
I could probably try to get her to participate, but Angel is more of she like her free flowing hair, she want to be pressed and but I'm sure she will come and participate if we plan something like that.
I'll pull that together. And we're also
if she doesn't want her hair done, maybe she could help learn how to, that's a job. Shampoo girl, stuff like that,
I'm sure she would be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything involved in where she gonna make some money.
Right.
My child.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
But we do appreciate you. We do.
We did.
Yeah. So the challenge
You're
is
welcome.
I like to give out a challenge, as you guys know. The challenge this week is to find someone that has a different hairstyle than you and just tell them how beautiful they are. Whether it's natural, straight, or whatever, just compliment someone on their hair. But,
That's what's up.
but if it's hit, maybe don't lie.
Just be like, I like your shoes, girl. Them shoes is not.
Like, girl, that necklace. Where'd you get that necklace?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
For joining us. And for those that are watching this at a later time, we appreciate you tuning in. Go ahead and like our page. Look for Keisha.
Yes, and all her information will be on the page as well.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you guys have a wonderful week.
Wonderful.
Bye.
Try.
Thank you.
And Keisha, don't you hang up, but yeah.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.